Hello everyone. Hello Zosha and any future family that happens to be watching this. I'm back in the workshop today. I've been off for a week and I'll talk about why in another video, but I'm not ready to deal with that yet. But today I thought I would talk about, it's early morning and I was going to fix up a few things that I was halfway through today. And I've decided not to bother to actually trash them. And I thought it'd be useful to discuss why and at what point I feel that I'm not respecting either the brand of Fairy Tale Wood or the customers for Fairy Tale Wood by putting out substandard products. If you're wondering about the flag in the background, we have a number of flags on our house, and they're sun bleached and they're ripped in places and so on. They've had a good life, but they're done now. And I suddenly realized I could use them as dust shield on my shelf. So I've actually got there we go. I've actually got a Polish flag and a Ukrainian flag and a European Union flag in the workshop. No political statements here. They're just decorative colours and useful items to have there, so don't worry about it too much. So let's have a look at these pieces that I intend to throw away. Not those big pieces, they're not done yet, but these. So at Fairy Tale Wood we combine wood turning and woodworking, I suppose, but wood turning mainly, and 3D printing and epoxy into what we hope a desirable object. Now here's a set of candle holders which, you know, from a distance they're reasonably attractive, but they would take an awful lot of work to get them to the quality level that I would be happy with, that my wife would be happy with, and that ultimately the customer would be happy with. So let me show you some of the flaws and why I've decided to throw this batch away and start again. So let's start with this one. It's okay, the wood's fine, but if you look carefully you can see in the gaps here that incompetently I've allowed sanding to fill the gaps in the resin, and that's simply not good enough. So I've tried pulling it out, of course I have, but I'd already put finish on it for some reason which I don't understand. I did them a while ago. I've already put finish on it and it's pretty much sealed in there. A lot of work to pull it out. Could do it, don't know if it's worthwhile. Same here. We've got the same here. The wood is okay, I suppose, but it would take an awful lot to fix those gaps. I'd have to do another round, pull that out, then do another round of resin just to satisfy my need. This one doesn't suffer too much from that problem. It has got some holes filled, but then a piece of the wood came away at the side, so you know, and it's clearly not meant to be a natural form. That's clearly just a mistake. Not good enough. There's also other things here. You probably can't see it on camera, but the surface is very poorly finished, and there's also rough pieces sticking out. So this would need to be completely refinished and somehow a fix for this. I think I'd have to return it, to be honest. Here again we've got a nice piece. I can't remember which of these pieces has it, but on some of the pieces the resin has gone down the side and stained the wood. We've got gaps filled, not so many. I reckon that one's probably the closest of the batch to being fair, but I'm you know, it's not great. And then lastly, this one. The main problem with this one is that it has developed a number of cracks. Post-processing, so the cracks are not filled. I'm not really willing to let that go. It would need another finish. It's got bits inside it. Oh, frankly, everything's wrong with it. As well as that, unfortunately, the particular wood I chose for this, whilst it looks elegant on the outside, you suddenly get this, well, what can I describe it as? A very dull greyish brown colour in the middle. I just don't like it. I just don't like these at all. So I could spend hours saving these, and I could probably eventually sell them something like, 10 or 15 euros each. But you know what? I think it's disrespecting any customers that we might have. I think I'd much rather sell something I'm proud of, something that I can say, yep, that's a fairy tale wood item, and not worry about the reputation it would do to that name. So although these are our signature pieces, meaning sort of a Celtic or Elvish design in epoxy, and some nice wood turning, although that's our signature design, I wouldn't want this to dilute that signature. I wouldn't want this to be, what people remember us for. So I'm going to throw these away. And the reason I'm filming this is because I think we probably all make pieces like this from time to time, right? And I think there comes a point where you've just got to say to yourself, well, that was a couple of lost days. All right, I've just got to admit it. That's a couple of lost days. I'm not making any money from this. I'm losing money, in fact. But no, I'm not going to do it. All right, just a few thoughts for today. I don't suppose it's overly useful for anyone, but maybe if you're screwing something up and you're wondering what to do about it, you can maybe examine it in the light of what we've discussed today. All right then, bye-bye now.